What's going on, guys? It's William, and we're gonna go over renting versus buying a house. What makes more sense? Let's dive into it. And if we're just meeting, I'm a full-time entrepreneur and professional real estate investor. So, which one of these are gonna be the better choice for you? And I broke it down into your first year, your third year, and your fifth year comparisons between owning and renting. And at the fifth year, if you walked from the property, what would it look like financially? Now, we're gonna assume they're both $150,000 houses, the one that you own and the one that you rent, to keep them comparable. Now, the $150,000 house, if you're renting it, an investor typically likes to see 1% per month. So that house may very well rent for $1,500 a month. So for the first year of renting your property, this amount will come out to $18,000. Now, this does not include your deposit because you'll be getting that back, assuming your dog doesn't tear the place up. Owning the property. Now, these numbers can vary greatly depending on where you live in the country. Let me explain why. So, part of the mortgage payment is called PITI, that's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And it breaks down like this. Your principal interest on the amount is going to be $653 per month, plus your taxes in my county is $333 a month, plus insurance in my area runs about $100 a month. That's fairly typical. So that brings us to a grand total of $1,086 per month if you own. But that's not the whole story, because you also have a down payment of $4,500 that you need to put down, fat cash. So your first year is going to come to a grand total, including the down payment, of $17,532. And you might be saying to yourself, gee, that's a pretty much break even for the first year. And you're gonna be pretty spot on. Now, let's look into year 3 and then 5. Year 3. For renting, real simple. It's $1,500 a month times 36, and that number is $54,000. And for owning is $43,596, including your down payment. Year 5. Okay, for rent, it's pretty simple. Assuming rent does not go up during these 5 years now. There's a little bit of assumptions in here because I can't see the future. Year 5 for renting comes down to a cool $90,000. Now, I want to make a special note. This does not include any insurance that may be optional or required, so I left that out, but keep that in mind. $90,000 is $1,500 a month times 60. Pretty simple math. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because at the 5-year mark, we know we're walking from both properties at 5 years. So your net loss on the rent house is, well, $90,000, because there's no recoverable amount of money that you can get back. Notice how we didn't take in your deposit, so now you're getting it back. So that 90 is a true net loss of $90,000. Now, if you own that property, year 5 amount comes to $69,660 with the down payment. We're not done though. This is where it gets interesting. We already think we know the winner, correct? Watch this. Appreciation on the house that you own is going to be approximately 4%. Here in this area lately, we've been killing it the last couple of years, but other areas of the United States, not so much. So we're going to average at 4% appreciation over the 5 years that you own the house, comes to a cool $30,000. You're also going to have a principal pay down of approximately $15,000. Now, you might be saying to yourself, how in the heck do I figure all this stuff out? Check this out. This is called an amortization schedule. That is a mouthful. You'll see here your payment, your principal, your interest, and your total interest. Notice how it adds it up all the way down the column for you. Super, super cool. And if you type in mortgage calculator amortization schedule on Google, this is a totally cool chart to look at, because it'll tell you exactly where your mortgage payment is going every month, and the breakdown. Super cool, check it out. So with the appreciation, that $150,000 house is now worth $180,000 and you sold it for $180,000. Now, there's gonna be a sales commission of $10,800. That is a total of 6%, pretty typical for the market. Your mortgage balance, because you've been paying it down, is now $136,000, which brings us to a gross amount. That means you sold the house. You now have $33,200, except the 5-year interest payment you've been making is $24,500. That comes right off the top. And your taxes have amounted to $20,000 as well. Also, your 5-year insurance bill is approximately $6,000, which brings you to a grand total of negative $17,300 net. You might be asking, what does all this mean? Let's break it down. Check this out. Your rent was $1,500 a month, but the house that you owned, you lived in it, you sold it, you capitalized on the appreciation, you paid all your fees, minus the costs associated with that house. Your cost equivalent on a mortgage payment to own that house was just $288 versus $1,500 if you walked from both of the properties after 5 years. And a real special note, Collin County is where I live. It is one of the highest tax rates in America as far as the counties go. Keep that in mind. If you live in like Manhattan, New York, for instance, you're gonna be way higher. But for majority of you out there, you're going to be in even better position than these numbers that I calculated. And I'm trying to make these videos a little bit quicker, so I'm gonna let you go with that. If you have any questions at all, let me know down below. Be sure to absolutely smash that like button, and until next time, see you then. This is called an amortization. This is called an amortization schedule. That is a mouthful. I had to say that 3 times before it came out correctly.